So they are saying that there's going to be the professions are going to be divided into 5 career zones, and this is going to be my first assignment to you. Because of time, I'm not going to go into the detail of the report, but I want you to go and look at that report and read it. So they're saying at the core of every business is to be a sustainable business. Okay. Now, to drive that sustainability, the accountant has different roles to play. So there's going to be the assurance board advocate. Okay, that is the person who, the people who we now call auditors. So they come and check your reports and provide assurance that there is integrity, there's ethics and things like that. There's going to be the business transformer. Those are the people who say, okay, then how then do you move this business forward to the new normal? The strategists. Then there's the data navigator. They're using the big data to analyze and tell the business, according to the trend of how we are performing in the current trend, this is what we have to position ourselves for the next new normal. For example, we've been seeing the COVID, what are they called? The COVID trends in the different world. And because the maps, the curves have been drawn, different companies or different countries can see, okay, if we are on the curve and the curve is rising, what can we do to flatten the curve? We've been hearing what flatten the curve. But you cannot know where you are in the curve, whether you are at the peak of the curve, whether your curve is flat or is just rising, if you don't have data. And also in our finance department and in our organizations, we need data of our clients, because when you have data of your clients, you need to know how then do you reach your clients, because where are they located, what do they like doing, and how do you interact with them. Then there's a digital playmaker. Now this one is the one who tries to make sure that things are automated. I'm hoping you're seeing this in the next cycle. So the digital playmaker is the one who says, how do you become more efficient in our accounting, in the producing of our reports, in the analysis of our reports. So there are people who actually are using technology, using the accounting principles to make sure that the reports come on time. And then there's the sustainability trailblazer. That's the person who is going to analyze what is happening currently and say, how do we position ourselves so that we don't become obsolete. But my task to you is to go and read that report. It's a detailed report. There's a summary version and a detailed version that will help you to see where are you going to position yourself for your career. Remember, there are 5 career zones of opportunity. So tomorrow, I hope you will be able to tell me, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as the insurance advocate? Do you see yourself as the business transformer? Do you see yourself as the data navigator, as the digital playmaker, or as the sustainability trailblazer? Okay, but what we're going to look at today is a competence that needs to be accompanied for you to be able to operate in any of those spheres of the career zones. But what we are learning is that you have to adapt your career. You are no longer, okay, for me, I'm the accountant. So we have to adapt our career. We have to learn new skills, okay? And we have to evolve even how we are learning. We don't have to wait to go to the classroom to learn. I'm happy you guys are here learning online. You don't have to wait for that classroom experience. And so one of the examples I can give in skills transformation and learning and being multi-talented, a dynamic personality or a dynamic career person. As much as you're seeing that retrenchments are happening now in 2020, and you're saying, oh, it's because of COVID. In 1999, which is 21 years ago, we also had an economic downturn, and where I was working my first job, they were retrenching. They were retrenching because they were saying now things were tight and the cash flows were tight and they were cutting down on stuff. So me, the accountant, I was just fresh graduate and of course willing to learn. And then this company had the MD had a personal assistant or the secretary who used to do the letters, who used to do the letter writing, answering the calls, making the appointments. And now they all had to choose between the two of us. Either me, the accountant, I learn how to do secretarial work, or the secretary, I learn how to do the accounting work. Of course, it was hard for the accountant to learn, for the secretary to learn how to do accounting work, because, there are principles involved and things like that. But for me, I was willing to learn how to type letters and answer calls and things like that. And of course, I learned how to type letters, how to schedule meetings, how to answer calls and things like that. So I ended up adding a new skill set, but my colleague unfortunately lost her job. Now I learned a new skill set, I got a slight salary increment because of the additional roles, and that is what is happening even in this season. If you're willing to learn new skill sets, you become more valuable to your employer, and of course, you can be rewarded for that. While other people who are not able to adapt, career adaptation, who are not able to adapt and learn new skills, are actually going to be dispensable. Yet, we are talking today that we have to be indispensable accountants.